Hello, everybody. I am so glad that you're back for the last part of Jonah. This is day 2, and this is the third part. So let's get it popping. Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to it the message I give you. Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord and went to Nineveh. Now, Nineveh was a very large city. It took 3 days to go through it. Jonah began by going a day's journey into the city, proclaiming, 40 more days, and Nineveh will be overthrown. The Ninevites believed God. A fast was proclaimed, and all of them, from the greatest to the least, put on sackcloth. So I'm going to stop there just for a second. A fast is when you do not eat or drink anything at all. All right, let's keep reading. When Jonah's warning reached the king of Nineveh, he rose from his throne, took off his royal robes, covered himself with sackcloth, and sat down in the dust. This was the proclamation that he issued to Nineveh. By the decree of the king and his nobles, do not let people or animals, herds or flocks, taste anything. Do not let them eat or drink, but let people and animals be covered with sackcloth. Let everyone call urgently on God. Let him give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows? God may relent and with compassion turn from his fierce anger so that we will not perish. What that is explaining to us and what he's saying, so they're really upset. They're not eating, they're not drinking, they're wearing junky clothes. That's what sackcloth is. It's not pretty. And what this is showing us is that's a repentant heart. That's feeling bad for things that they know they've done wrong, that they've done evil. So it looks to be that they are listening to Jonah's message. So let's turn the page and keep reading. When God saw what they did and how they turned from their evil ways, he relented and did not bring on them the destruction he had threatened. But to Jonah, this seemed very wrong, and he actually became angry. He prayed to the Lord, "Isn't this what I said? Lord, when I was still at home, this is what I tried to forestall by fleeing to Tarshish. I knew that you are a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abounding in love, a God who relents from sending calamity. Now, Lord, take away my life, for it is better for me to die than to live." But the Lord replied, "Is it right for you to be angry?" Jonah had gone out and sat down at a place east of the city. There he made himself a shelter, sat in the shade, and waited to see what would happen to the city. Then the Lord God provided a leafy plant and made it grow up over Jonah to give him shade for his head and to ease his discomfort. And Jonah was very happy about that plant. But at dawn the next day, God provided a worm which chewed the plant so that it withered. When the sun rose, God provided a scorching east wind, and the sun blazed on Jonah's head, so much that he grew faint. He wanted to die and said, "It would have been better for me to die than to live." But God said to Jonah, "Is it right for you to be angry about the plant?" "It is," he said, "and I'm so angry. I wish I were dead." But the Lord said, "You have been concerned about this plant, though you did not tend it or make it grow. It sprang up overnight and died overnight. And should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh, in which there are more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left. And so many animals. So let's end this quick. It's about 5 minutes long. So we did all of this in under 15 minutes. So be proud of yourself. You read an entire book of the Bible today. So we kind of went through his travels, right? Here's where the fish was like, bleh, right? Spit him up over here. He ended up in Nineveh, which this is an old map. So it shows you it was in Assyria, and they were very violent people. That's why he did not want to go. They were really violent. Today, where that's actually located, so we know that Israel's over here, right? So on here, if you look, you'll see Jerusalem. You'll see Israel's right here. And do you see Nineveh is right here? It's actually in Iraq. So this red line here, where I'm tracing, is Iraq. So that's the country that it's called today. So how fun is that? So some things never change, right? And some things do change. But one thing that's really cool is the change that we saw that happened in the Ninevites was a change of heart. They went from being evil to being sorry and repentant of their sin. So I hope you really enjoyed today. And if you get a chance, go ahead. Have a Swedish fish. Maybe even make a Swedish prayer. Who knows? Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and we will talk to you tomorrow. God bless.